So not every voice is from God with G.
Yes.
Because God,
with capital G.
Yes, God will not speak and call you back to oppression. If it is God really speaking to you, God would not be giving you an offer that is also linked to the demonic realm. So as I'm going back,
as it was happening in the days of Pharaoh, it is happening today. But today it is more advanced. I'm speaking about the pharaonic system. Pharaonic system is whereby he uses people to benefit himself. He oppresses people using labor to benefit himself. Why am I speaking this? I'm speaking this to someone who is desperately looking for a job. I want you to be wise. Start by praying fast. Let the Holy Spirit guide you to a divine company, because in this world there are companies which are demonic. Companies are for people who have entered into demonic covenant with the devil. And whenever you work for those companies, whatever you receive at the end of every month, so as long as you are working for this company, there are other hidden attachments that accompanies you. Apart from receiving monthly salary, you find that each and every month you have a calamity in your home. Children are sick. That is one sign. Number two, there's no peace at the end of the month. And number three, you find it that these companies uses fear to oppress workers, and they oppress you to an extent that you cannot speak about it because you are afraid of being fired. So the best thing you need to do is just fast. You need to pray, and the Lord will guide you to a godly company. And from there, you are going to advance in your walk of life, because each and every work that you do, every company that you work for, it should contribute to building your character towards the purpose of the Lord in your life. But if you are in a demonic company, you will be going backward instead of going forward. Have you found yourself in a salary of, let's take for instance, like 20,000 for 5 years? That is not God. You have worked for a company and no salary increment for more than 20 years. That is demonic oppression. And that is the background of that company. You find that there are evil covenants in that company. Look at this testimony. Have a look at this testimony.
it's like this guy is on a revenge mission. You prayed and because the first day I mentioned, but you will not know by the way you are dealing with those Freemasons until you mentioned them in prayer. That night I mentioned him in prayer. He appeared in my dream. That very night, as I'm groaning in prayer and I'm crying and I'm telling God, forgive and deliver those that I left behind. That night he appeared in my dream and he addressed me like, come back for your money. Because as I was leaving that company, I left some money with him. And as I wanted to take him to court, somehow they frustrate you and you lose the energy to go to court. So very few people, even as people have been abused and gone, nobody goes to court. Why? They also manipulate people not to proceed. So, and then another way you'll also know you're working for such an MD is accusation. They rely on accusing people. They'll tell you you've stolen, but you cannot speak. They will tell you that you are sabotaging the company, but you should not open your mouth to speak.
You know, that's oppression. That's manipulation. Those are the manipulations of witchcraft also, because if somebody can lie about you and others believe it, that's a manipulation of witchcraft. Because if he can tell a story about you and it works against you,
yes,
you know that the powers of darkness are at work. because Satan is the liar, he is the deceiver, and he's the one who gives power to other deceivers to deceive and succeed in their deceptions. So that power comes from him. And voices are most voices that people hear are not of God.